about Hannah from Love Island, as she's been getting a little bit of hate recently after being on the second season of Love Beyond the Village. She's been painted out to be a bit of a mean girl and has been getting a lot of backlash online, and she recently responded to all this, so let's get into it. The second season of Beyond the Villa came out, and that's something I'll talk about in a whole other video. I had a lot of feelings on the whole show in general, but a few of the girls have been painted out to be mean girls, which include Hannah, Amaya, and Iris. Today we're just going to talk about Hannah, as she has responded recently to a lot of this backlash. So first we'll talk about why she's been getting a bit of the backlash. So in Beyond the Villa, she definitely came off as a little bit immature and perhaps a bit of a mean girl. Now, do I necessarily think she's a mean girl? We'll talk about that later on, but let's just go through some of the things that happened. So during an interaction with Pepe, she kind of had some words to say to him that felt a little immature and a little aggressive.
What's up? Mentioned you, never said your name.
Oh, so we just don't like those things.
And that's why you're bald. It's okay. It's okay. Such a loser. Get out.
She was trying to stand up for Iris and be there for her friend, but the way it came off did feel a little bit immature and a little bit mean girl behavior, so that wasn't helping things. So Hannah was sticking up for Iris, but what's even more complicated is Hannah did have a little bit of a thing with Pepe in the villa, but not as serious as Ira and Pepe. So Hannah's trying to protect her friend. Hannah and Iris had gotten close after the villa, so obviously Hannah is trying to be there for her friend Iris. And Hannah then does confront another one of her exes from the villa. She confronts Charlie, and honestly, I didn't think this went down too bad. There was like a little bit of stuff that made her look a little immature, but in general, it wasn't too bad. She kind of confronted him, and they talked about why things were off.
We have not spoken since the reunion. We've gathered. You are not happy with me.
Your energy was really off.
I will say I was not doing well. I was trying to handle that to the best of my ability. I'm sorry, I was not thinking about you. I was thinking about how I would be okay.
I accept your apology. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But you seem to be much cooler around Pepe. And I was just like, this is a bit weird because
Iris is my best friend.
And I think she was just being nice because, like, I was next to him, like, during the reunion.
But I wasn't, like, bad with you. We just, like, weren't friends. It wasn't like I was trying to be harsh with you. We'll say we weren't in a relationship. It was 5 days of my life. I just don't want to talk about what happened 6 months ago. I'm now in a relationship, and like, I don't want him to open up his phone and be like, oh, why is this man on a podcast still talking about you?
Them talking about their situation seemed to go over well and civil for the most part, but then things heated up when Hannah started defending Iris. That's where things kind of went a little off the rails.
I know you're trying to make her seem like she is wrong for that. No, just stop, because you clearly don't know what it's like to be in a relationship where you feel manipulated and you don't know how to navigate that. So don't ever fucking blame her for staying in a situation that she didn't know how to get out of. It is not her fault.
It's a unique
So don't
situation.
ever,
I get that it's a unique
say shit like
situation.
that.
I get that.
Then we see as the show goes along that three of the girls are feeling pretty excluded and left out by the rest of the group.
Coco and I have been confiding in each other a little bit about not feeling as included in this whole group dynamic. Yeah, oh gosh, no.
No, don't. Like, I feel like we aren't included in a lot of conversations. I mean, they're having a group conversation right now, and none of them are asking where we are or for us to join.
Will you marry me?
I knew it!
So Bella, Coco, and Grayson are feeling like they are excluded from the group. They're feeling like this other group is cliquey and they're not really a part of it. And Bella is feeling that, you know, she was friends with Hannah, but Hannah is closer with Iris now and kind of pushing her to the side. And a few of these videos that like there is the three girls kind of off on their own. A lot of the trips and excursions, these three girls kind of end up on their own while a bigger group kind of hang out. This issue does get addressed on their last trip in the show as Bella overhears Iris and Hannah talking in the hot tub.
Here to split my time up equally with everyone if I just don't feel as connected to them, and I feel like that's perfectly reasonable.
Then later on, Bella and Iris have a conversation on Ski Hill, and
Can I ask you, because I'm going to be honest, I overheard bits and pieces of a conversation that happened yesterday with you and Hannah, and I heard my name thrown around a bit.
I told her what I was going to speak to you about.
So nothing.
I don't think that we said, I'm exhausted to be around Bella.
Or exhausted to pretend to be friends with anybody.
No. Nope.
I feel like it's exhausting because I feel like I don't need to like be close with everyone if that's not how I feel.
Yeah.
And later on, a bigger argument ensues after a game night kind of goes wrong and all the girls have a big conversation. What started this conversation was Hannah. It was her turn to play this game and charades and guess the person, right? So she did her impression of Grayson.
Hey y'all, I'm a pageant queen and I have blonde hair.
Country accent. I wonder who that is.
I'm gonna steal your man.
Grayson.
And Grayson seemed a little upset. And then when it was Grayson's turn to go up, Hannah asked, hey, are you good?
So you pick the name.
Grayson, are you good though?
And it kind of made things a little awkward. Girls split off and then came together and had a conversation.
Oh, Bella, can we go downstairs real quick? Oh, sure. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. What's going on?
We overheard you saying, like, you don't really want to be friends with everybody. You have your friends. Hannah, I think that you have kind of like isolated yourself from like speaking to everybody, including myself.
It's not me intentionally doing that. I am exhausted.
Schoolgirl feelings. I feel like there are times where we're not like completely nice to each other.
You know that's gonna push a mean girl narrative that I don't fuck with. I have a flight and I'm gonna leave.
You can leave. That's fine.
Good night, everyone.
And unfortunately, it came up a little rude because Hannah did just leave the conversation while Grayson was crying, and it made her look a little bit rude. Throughout the show, we do hear Hannah talk about her anxiety and how she's having a bit of a hard time right now. So that does kind of give some different context to the situation as well.
Here for me, sometimes I'm not like really present, but it's like I'm just having a hard time. People think that I am like standoffish or rude. In reality, I'm just like somebody who's like struggling. I feel like I'm a new person now and I'm trying to figure myself out.
You know, you can't sit here now and tell.
Well, everyone does deal with anxiety in their own ways and have a response to like anxiety, and you know, it seems like that is probably what's happening. I don't think Hannah herself is a horrible, mean person. I think she's going through some stuff and that's how she dealt with it. Is it the way you should deal with it? But I don't feel like she's intentionally trying to be mean to people. Now, obviously, there was a lot of things that kind of made her look a little bit bad or a little mean girl. And I think a lot of people on the show did look a little bit bad or mostly just immature. That's like the main thing I would say. It's just kind of immature. And obviously, we don't know what was taken and clipped. Like, this is a reality show. The show definitely did kind of portray her as a mean girl. I really don't think she's a bad person though, or someone who's intentionally trying to be mean. I think she's going through some stuff. I think she might be a little immature and says some stuff that isn't great to say, and you know, we'll learn and grow and do better, but I don't think she's intentionally trying to be mean or exclude people or be a bad person. I think so. It's sad to see that online is really just going at her, because I don't think anyone really deserves that, especially where there was nothing crazy obvious where they did something horrible. It's sad to see someone getting attacked for, you know, not being perfect, right? And like I said, it's more than not being perfect. She did do some things that were cringy, but it is sad to see like the internet being really awful to people. After the show ended, a lot of people were directing a lot of hate at these three girls, and as of yesterday, she has responded on Instagram to all of the backlash. So let's get into it. I've gone back and forth a lot on whether or not to say anything, because I know trying to explain reality TV situations can sometimes just make things worse. I'm not going to sit in front of a camera and attempt to defend myself, because I know that's kind of a lose-lose situation. But I did want to acknowledge some things because I understand why people formed the opinions they did. I agree that a lot of what was shown of me was ugly. It was a hard watch, and it was filmed during such a horrible and pivotal point in my life where I was so disconnected from myself. There are moments I genuinely regret, things I said and ways I reacted that weren't okay. And seeing them back has been really humbling. I'm not perfect, and in hindsight, I would have handled a lot of things differently. I've learned a lot from this experience, and at this point, I genuinely just want to move forward peacefully, continue growing privately, and put this chapter behind me with as much understanding as possible. That's a really good statement, and like I said, there's no winning necessarily. If people are gonna hate her, they're gonna hate her. I think that was a mature thing to come out and say and be like, hey, yeah, some of the things I said, like, I don't agree with, and I don't like how I was acting. That was a bad representation of myself. I do feel for her, because I do really think she does have issues with anxiety and stuff like that. And sometimes with anxiety, depending on the person, the way it comes across can come across as cold and mean and stuff. Unfortunate. I do think obviously the things she said like were immature, and once again she is quite young, so hopefully you continue to learn and grow. And this is a weird environment being filmed, and I'm sure they're getting pushed to be a little bit more animated and stuff, so that's hard as well. I do like that she did take accountability, because yeah, as I was watching I was like, oh boy, oh, this is like not great behavior, it's kind of cringy, but I never was like, oh, I think this girl's an evil monster. I think she's going through some stuff. I think they all are, and I don't think any of them handle situations great, and no human does. Like, we all make mistakes and are trying to learn to be better and to deal with situations better. So I do think it was good of her to come out and talk about this, and I hope she's not getting too much hate, and I hope she learns and grows, like I said. And I really don't think she is just this evil monster. I do think obviously sometimes shows will show certain things and not others to make people look a certain way, but I'm not saying that she didn't do these things that people are being critical of, because I also, when I watched it, was like, oh god, this is bad. But I do think her taking responsibility for it is a big step. I do think that the girls weren't trying to be mean to the other girls or try to exclude them. I think it's a weird situation, because these aren't people who like just chose to be friends in real life. They were on a show, right? And now they're all kind of put together because of another TV show that they're doing, and are expected to be like family and friends. But like, that's not always what's gonna happen, right? You might not just jive with everyone. You might like them, but you find yourself pulling towards other people more. And it's not like you're trying to be mean to the other people, it's just you have a deeper connection somewhere else, right? So it's a weird situation to be thrown into, be like, oh, well, because you guys were all on this island together, you guys are family and you love each other and you're all best friends equally. It is a weird, unrealistic situation. But I do understand other people's feelings getting hurt and feeling left out. Like, that is a really hard thing, especially on this level of a TV show. It does feel very high school and dramatic, so I can imagine those emotions are running really, really high. But I think it was big of her to come out and make that statement. Hopefully things will go good for her going forward. But what do you guys think of this situation? I'd love to hear your opinions below. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day. Bye-bye.